The idea was to raise the back ends of the knives, forks and spoons so people can easily take the knife, fork and spoon from the box so they don't reach down and touch the eating parts of the she's cut these a little bit too much. Never mind. There is a sushi shop, and what they do is they put it's got a plastic cover over the ends of the chopsticks so no one can touch the ends of the chopsticks. So if I want to contaminate them, I've got to lift the cover. So I just went over to it. I had rice, egg, miso soup, potato salad. That's over the road, Sukiya. I recommend that. It's 220 yen. But I needed a coffee for my liver. So I thought I might as well get this, have a big breakfast, and then not eat until this evening. I didn't eat much yesterday. So, good news. Good news. So the good news is that my blood pressure lost a couple of kilograms. First I was bouncing between 106 and 108, then I was bouncing between 104 and 106. Now I'm at 104, so that's good. My blood pressure is 129 over 77, so that's good. There's an attractive lady right in front of me. That's good. Oops, there is it. Hang on. Bad news. The bad news is that I'm still getting pissing a lot in the night, so it could be pre-diabetes. And tingling of the hands, which is also a diabetes symptom. Morning, Izzy. How are you? How is your part of the world with the COVID? All right, mate. Yep. In relation to the COVID, I'm just going to check the COVID now. So they cut all the shut all the beer down, but it's still like regularly 100 yen, 100 yen, 100 people dying. Destroyed. Sometimes when I see really big fat people, I just wondered how the fuck are they alive? How did they get like that? No, because most people, including me, if you'd have a big meal or too much, for example, like a lot of ice cream or a lot of chocolate, you feel bad about it and you feel nauseous. Like these big fat. I saw one guy. He's called Fatties versus Slims. Slim is something like that. The English program. And there was this guy. He was 24 stone. I don't think he was very tall. And all he seemed to do was fucking eat. But the thing is, if you wait until you're hungry, the food just tastes a lot better. So I've heard. I think I'm going to get a face mask because my friend, how close and how just have misfortune of bumping into the wrong person. So I'll try to buy one today. This restaurant salad, or this particular salad with breakfast, the dressing is awful. Hello, Nelson. There you go. No, but I did see somewhere there's some women, they want to carry on wearing the masks so they're not hassled by men, being told to smile or something like that. But if people aren't smiling, maybe they've got a very good reason for not smiling. I remember in my late 20s, I used to knock about with a mate, and he was good looking, so he got all the chicks. And I went to pick his girlfriend up at their house, and her dad looked through the window, and up to right miserable son of a bitch. But you don't know what's going on in that person's life. There might be a reason why he's looking like that. He might have just lost his job, he might be under stress, lost some money, can't afford to pay bills. So you can't go around telling people to smile. When I was in New Zealand, I'm the clown comic at work. I'm a funny guy. But sometimes my face doesn't show that. And this guy came up to me, this Kiwi guy came up to me, he said I was depressing him because of my face. I said, you try living with it, pal. Hang on, just going to get a little bit of jam. Well, I came in here to use the Wi-Fi and wait for the message, and when I sat down, the message came in straight away, so I'm very happy about that. So I'm going to sell. About maybe a year or two ago, I got this massive, I can't remember where I got it from. It was a massive stainless frame, very fucking heavy. Yesterday I had to drag it through a rice field, well, not the edge of the rice field, but to get it out. Probably weighs about 150 pounds, something like that. I might be bragging though. And my friend who's got a warehouse, he sells Japanese stuff overseas, and he says he wants it, but as it's in a scruffy condition, I agreed to drop my price and deliver it. Because scrap wouldn't have been so much, probably 3,000 yen. Where are you watching from, Nelson? So Rick, my mate, is coming this afternoon to my warehouse. He says he's got some stuff for me, and then we're going to go to Costco. I might tea without sugar get some getting used to. So maybe Thursday, Friday or Saturday I'm going to get a blood test, see what's happening with my triglycerides. They're fat molecules or something, they're the fat in the blood, I think. Who won yesterday's F1? Anybody know? I guess if Hamilton couldn't get in the points, Monaco F1 Grand Prix results, he might be going front the other guy. Wow. So Verstappen won, so he might be in front now. F1 leaders scoreboard.
Here are some details.
F1 standings.
The Twins are 5th in the AL Central.
F1 Grand Prix standings.
Here are some details.
Yes, indeed. Red Bull has gone to the top of the F1 standings. Hamilton second, and another British man is third, McLaren, El Norris. Wow. So you won't be happy. Now it makes it an interesting race. If so, many years ago, Damien Earl, I think he was about to win the F1 championship, and the very first fucking corner, Michael Schumacher ran into him. And this is why Michael Schumacher's in a fucking vegetative state now, for fucking cheating. I think the two world wars should have taught you that, Michael. Cheating gets you nowhere. I had some tropical tea yesterday, and it was nice. I enjoyed it. But what I really thought about it was a little peach schnapps in it would have been fucking really nice. I know peach, Sex on the Beach was the bad news. I might have got pre-diabetes because I'm just pissing a lot at night. And I've had it before when I drunk beer, and I was pissing a lot. Then I left it off for a few days. But like the last 2 days, I've just drunk non-alcoholic beer. On Friday and Saturday, I drank something, I think. Yeah, I did. Was that Thursday and Friday and Saturday? Oh, sorry, just last night. And maybe I should give it a few more days. So, but it wasn't just the pissing. I was getting very. So about 2 weeks ago, my hands were unbelievably fucking itchy, which is a sign of diabetes. And but over the last few months, they introduced this lemon fizz at the drinks bar. I used to just have like a glass or half a glass of Coca-Cola in the morning, and but I like this lemon thing, so maybe I've been drinking too much of that. But I take very little sugar in my diet, so very little bread, very little rice or potatoes as well. I've cut down on that recently, the potato fries. But I will be getting a blood test maybe Friday. See about that. And the good news is, my friend has just bought a very sturdy shelf of me. I wanted 15, but because it's really dirty, I'll let him have it for 10. So he's agreed to that. So we got, like I say, it's better than scrapping. Yeah, he does. You just get used to it. It's an habit. You just get used to it. You just get used to it. And this is why. But you know what I tried the other day? I put some lemonade or fizzy lemon inside a non-alcoholic beer. Fucking awful. So in Japanese, what they call it. So when you in Japanese, what they call it. So when you, I guess it's wives as well. It's called banshaku, and that means your nightly drink. But the Japanese, they might just have like one can, like 330 milliliters. So they just have a small can of beer. That's it. That's their banshaku. My wife used to say, not often, maybe once or twice, finish work and then start drinking. But we were having sex at the time. It just shows you some women never grateful. Yeah, I think I was just trying to get out, trying to lose so much weight in a week or a few weeks. But you just get fucking, you lose it, and so you just forget about the diet. So hopefully, slowly, like I said, cutting out most of the alcohol can do it. I could not imagine being 120 kilograms. Never mind 130, 40, or 50. I fucking don't know how they do that. Because you can't walk. Yeah, I think it's, like, the thing is with non-alcoholic beer, you're not going to drink a pint or 2 pints. It's just like a taste, just a can, and that's enough. I had 2 cans and I really didn't want any more. And the problem with wine is if I fucking open a bottle of wine, that's going to get drunk. Plus it's 3 times stronger, isn't it? No, but if you have 4% beer and the wine's 11, 12%, yeah, so it's three times stronger. So I guess that can't be too good for your kidney or your liver. So in 2 famous drinking mates, one was a Oliver Reed, and the other one was Alex Higgins, a snooker player. Yeah, I'd just drink it straight down. If it takes 90 minutes, that's a long time. If it takes an hour, that's a long time. But their keeper said that they would have 3 days off the beer. But you could have 3 days off the beer, but if you're knocking back fucking 10, 15 pints on the other 4 days, your body, especially if you're in your 50s and 60s, your body's not gonna. I had sukia, I had sukia, I had rice and egg. What I did today, I put the raw egg into. Does up. I put the raw egg into the soup, to the miso soup, and like warmed it up a little bit. Because see what usually happens that when you eat raw eggs, they siphon off the egg white, and then you just put the egg in it. But I thought that's a bit of a waste. I'm sure it's got protein or something. So I did that. It wasn't too bad. I think better than throwing away the whites. And now I moved over to wait for a phone call, for a message from my mate who I'm selling. Have a coffee for my liver. Isn't it strange that I'm going to have a coffee for my liver? You think at last it's taken me 45 years to start thinking about my liver. So if you're a younger man, try to think early on. My gusto now was out. But the sad thing is, over the last 10, 20 years in Britain, the number of young people, this is like 20 to 40, dying of alcohol-related diseases has doubled. I won't say double, but it has shot up. Men and women. And I think, I used to always train. I used to run a lot. I would run a lot, walk a lot, and I think a lot of people, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but a few people have done that, and it just staves off the obvious. But once you get older, you don't run as I do. I'm active every day, but there's nothing more satisfying than running, apart from sex while you're running. Running away out of the window. I haven't seen what. Apparently, Lewis Hamilton was not very happy with his team on Saturday because he finished in 7th position, so there was something wrong with the car. Yeah, it's for anyway. So I've mentioned it before on this live stream. There's a new group of restaurants coming out run by this group. They've got maybe six, seven, eight different chains, and they're bringing out a new one called La Ohana, and it's Hawaii themed, and I'd love to go, but they're all in Tokyo, I think. Tokyo, Hokkaido, and now they're all shut down. What day is it today? 23rd, 24th? Oh, 24th, yeah. Well, who was you with? Can you remember the nitpick? I've been to Iwama's house today and I've made a video suggesting we do a collaboration, and I can split the money with him. Maybe. Yeah, I'm going to. There's a young girl. I've got a young fan, I should say. I gave her a T-shirt. Charming young girl. She's 16, and She's 16. She already speaks good English, and so I'm gonna ask her the next time I see her if she's actually seen Iwama. Maybe I should ask her to slip a message on his desk saying, "Our Gary is the #1 YouTuber." Is Iwakura's #1 YouTuber? Yeah, there was someone put a message on the live stream the other day. He says that you and Iwama are Iwakura's most liked citizens. I thought, I fucking doubt that very much. Yeah, there was. I'm not. I'm not sure if I've ever had a 1 litre bottle of wine, but there are definitely 1 litre boxes of wine, and it's just like that. It's just a tall Tetra Pak. They're very cheap. I'll say that again. I bought a small bottle of wine, a plastic bottle. It was terrible. That's strange, isn't it? Because in the box wine is usually in plastic container, yeah, polythene. But this one in a plastic bottle was absolutely disgusting. Hang on, just going to get a coffee. Ooh. Still 6 people watching. Anybody want to say anything before I get lonely and start to cry? I had a phase a while ago watching eaters, the people that, men and women, who can eat large amounts of food. And then I made the mistake of asking what happens when it comes to poo time. And maybe I shouldn't have asked. It's a age you can. That means it's a long time visa. Is that a Japanese team or American team? But even if you, but Nepali age you can, if India, if they went home recently, they're not being allowed back into the country. And my friend, he struggled to get back into the country a few months ago. So I think I'll drop this, it's quite a way to go. I'll drop this off, then come back home, have a sleep. That looks so silly, missus. This woman's got a fucking dicky paw. She's in her 50s. She's got a dicky paw right at the top of her head. Yeah, we hope so. Yeah, I don't see the Olympics going ahead. There's a massive protest against it. Apparently, it's going to kill poor people, according to the protesters. Which, of course, worries me, because I'm poor people. Big jackpot today. 600 million yen. No matter how, if you think about it, like even if you buy, like recently I bought like 20 lines, 20 tickets, 15 to 20 lotto tickets, but this hasn't been won for 3 weeks now. So if you're getting like fucking 50 million people that can't win it, the jackpot, that means you've got to be very. Yeah, it's obviously you're going to get people that are monetarily involved. They want to see it go ahead, and I don't know. Maybe they can actually be sued. The Japanese for not going ahead with the Olympics. Maybe they can be sued by the people that are going to lose money if the Olympics don't go ahead. But I haven't seen anything on TV of athletes training. I know a young athlete in Ireland, one of my viewers, and he's a rower, and he doesn't even know if they're coming yet. Well, this was like 2 weeks ago. I messaged him. I don't think it'll go ahead because I don't think the athletes have got confidence in it being safe. You know what you should do? Cancel the fucking football. In fact, I don't think we should have either, because they're only benefiting fucking millionaires. Each country should have its own World Series like America. They can, they can be the World Series champions in their own country. Maybe that's the best thing that America ever did. Yeah, I don't watch too much news. Well, the place where I did watch the news, they now closed their they now closed their little bar until the 1st of June. All right, Nelson. No worries, mate. Thanks for getting back in touch. Oh dear. I think because of incompetent fucking leaders. Anyway, what's Bitcoin doing? Has that gone under $10,000 yet? I was kind of hoping that it does. I wonder if Elon Musk could actually sell. I wonder if he sold any of his fucking Bitcoin. Do you think it's possible for him to sell Bitcoin and get away with it? Like sell it through his wife's name? Nice day again today. That's good. There's an American, I can't remember his name, there's an American comedian, there's a few that live in England, and this guy's a small white American, and what he was going on about one of the English sayings. So when so when he goes into like a delicatessen or a grocer's shop, and he says, "Can I have some red crumbly Cheshire cheese?" And the old lady behind the counter says, "We've sold out. I'm afraid." Yeah, but no, just can he get away with it though? Because he's bought so much. He has bought so much. I would love to see. I would love to see it drop down. I I forecast this rise in. It was called Qubit. It was a gay. I just saw it coming forth because it was a penny stock, and instead of fucking selling, I actually bought more fucking Qubit and then it fucking died. I fucking instead of making a massive profit, I fucking bought. That's how fucking stupid I am. Because gay television was going to be one day, it was going to get successful. Yeah, I am sure that someone has already told them to stop. The SEC is but they have they got anything to do with it? Because if surely that's a charge. If he's manipulating the market by saying I bought this Dogecoin and I bought this. When at the time when I was having problems with it, I looked at all these fucking Bitcoins, and one caught my interest was a cannabis Bitcoin, and I just wonder if that ever got famous or got big. A Bitcoin, if a Bitcoin goes over $1, then it's got big. If you bought in when you could buy like fucking 1 million shares for like fucking $50 or $100. But you know, you could you how which idiot? Let's say Bitcoin is at $40,000. Let's say you want to buy 10 Bitcoins. Are you really gonna fucking risk $400,000 on 10 fucking coins? Well, if he sold at what was the top price? If he sold at the top price, then he did fucking very very well. Oh, so he sold before the top. You mean he lost because he sold? He lost. Yeah, I've done that before. Buying fucking stupid penny shares. Stupid penny shares. I had shares in a memory company with a SanDisk competitor, and they went private and said we don't need your money more in it. We don't need your money anymore. I got $17,000, and I just spent it on fucking living. Fucking so went. They said we don't need it anymore. Fuck off. And another company did that. Bob's Cafe in Brazil. They did the same thing. We're gonna go private because we don't want you fucking sharing in our future. Fuck off. No, I bought and held. They made the company private, and then they gave me the value of those shares that I had. I was holding both for years because I just saw that as my future hope. Those two good companies, both of them fucking sold, but private. So I had to take the money. I can't. You can't do anything else. The best thing you can ever do is when there's a massive drop in. I mean a massive drop in the market, and just look at good companies and then just fucking buy. And especially ones. I wish I knew this when I was in my 20s. And buy, but the best thing is the ones that you're getting premiums from. You know, like fucking you're getting dividends every 3 months, every 6 months, or you're getting like some kind of benefit, like fucking food. My sister-in-law, she's got Caesarea shares, and she gets like she gets free tickets, free food tickets, vouchers. Well, I did, but I spent it on living expenses. Before I spent a penny, I needed 230,000 yen. That's a teacher's income, just to pay the bills. I fucked up. But the thing is, I'm still alive, so that's the most important thing. Says he. And Gary's last words yesterday were, I'd be on the streets in the USA with, what do you mean, income? Teacher income, yeah, 200. It's always, I always, teacher income, yeah, 200. It's always, I always wondered if I could make it in America. It's so fucking expensive. I mean, even if you've got like an RV, what you're living in, they still want to fuck you about, don't they? Several people, quite a few people have been kicked off their land that they owned by the councils in California. They were saying they were being a nuisance, and because they couldn't afford to fight a court case, they had to leave their own land. And then if you, for example, you say you don't want to sell your land, then they'll just force you to sell it. What, you got to sell your land? Is it prominence or something like that? Yeah, well, in teacher income in Japan, you know, they do. If you get like, if you have a salary of 250,000 yen, and a lot of teachers, if they're young, they can get, you know, they can get private lessons, or working for a business, teaching business English, for example. But if you come out with like 180,000 yen, then you get an apartment for 50,000, 60,000, and the rest is beer money. Yeah, I became aware of that when I was in San Francisco. I walked out of a convenience store with a bottle of beer or a can of beer, and this old black dude comes up to me and goes, whoa, 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 what are you doing? You can't do that. What? Then he took me back into the shop and got me a brown paper bag. And he explained about drink open bottles in public. Right, guys, I'm going to get off, go and deliver this rack of shelves, and then have a nice sleep this afternoon. These girls are big girls. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Oh. Yeah, I was talking to my cousin's son, and he was saying, look like he runs in the family. He says, he goes out 1 pint, I can't just have 1 pint. And then he had 6 or 7. And he had, I asked him if he was drinking Stella Artois. And then he said, no, he was drinking, Carling Black Label is not a bad drink in England. And it just made me thinking, I would like a nice cold pint of Carling. He's about £3, which is 450 yen. In the British pubs, a full pint costs about fucking 800. It's nearly twice that. So anyone from England coming, anyone from England or Britain coming from and into Japan, buying a beer, they're going to get a big shock. All right, once again, bye guys.